champs are here. No, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about a fantasy preview for the New England Patriots. Let's start with Tom Brady here, Fabs. If he is suspended, and obviously there's an appeal process going on right now, if the suspension is upheld, he misses 4 games, where do you take a guy like Tom Brady?
I'm looking at him in the 10th round in a 10-team league. Maybe he goes in the 9th round in a 12-team league. I'm not afraid to take him. In fact, I'm going to use the suspension to my advantage. I'm getting a guy who is basically a lock to finish in the top 10 in fantasy points among quarterbacks and in the top 15 overall. So Tom Brady's someone that, despite the suspension, I will absolutely go after. When he comes back, boy, I have a top 10 fantasy quarterback for the rest of the season.
If for some reason, if you're drafting late, the appeals process works out and he doesn't get suspended, he plays the full season, then where do you take him on?
Well, I think he's a guy you see coming off the board probably somewhere in round 4 or 5. You know, I mean, he's a top 10, maybe even a top 5 fantasy quarterback when he's playing all season long. But I'm with Fabs. Even if he is sitting out, nobody's going to be scared of taking him. But if he's there for 16 games, he goes really, really early.
His number 1 target's going to be Rob Gronkowski, no question about it. He was actually able to stay healthy last year. Can he stay healthy this year, and where do you project him, Adam Ranks?
I expect him to stay healthy, and I expect him to be a first-round draft pick. And in a lot of times, it's going to be tough, you know, because once you take somebody at the tight end position, it's
tough.
It forces you to scramble a little bit, but I think you can do pretty well because you can come back with a wide receiver in the 2nd round, start looking at guys like Lamar Miller in the 4th round and things of that nature. And when you have Gronkowski, he is so head and shoulders above just about everybody else outside of perhaps Jimmy Graham. But he is so much better. You don't have to worry about that position because too many times if you don't get one of those elite, there's 2 of them. If you don't get one of those guys early, you're really looking at some curtain jerkers and you're scrambling all the time and there's a good possibility you'll get a donut for that position. So you'll take a guy who'll get you like 10 points.
Fabs, do you believe in the positional disparity there?
Oh, it's huge. And Adam's right. You get Gronk, you get the best player at the position, and it's not even close. I just had a mock draft on NFL.com. I had him at the end of the 1st round. He won't last past the top 15 picks.
In terms of the wide receiver position, though, Julian Edelman it seems to be their go-to guy. Marcus Grant, where do you take a guy like Julius Edelman?
I think Julian Edelman, you're waiting on him a little bit. I mean, people, I think, look at the production and they look at the name and I think they get a little bit excited. But you remember, this is a guy in PPR leagues, he's fantastic because he gets a lot of targets and a lot of balls thrown his way. But yardage-wise, touchdowns, he's not that great. In fact, Brandon LaFell had better fantasy numbers than Julian Edelman did last season.
Brandon LaFell, say it ain't so. Fabs?
And also keep in mind, Josh McDaniels has produced 4 top 20 fantasy wide receivers in his last 5 seasons. So it's a wide receiver-friendly offense. But LaFell's going to be a nice draft bargain.
Might be right. All right, that's going to do it for our Patriots Fantasy Preview. Be sure to sign up for free right now. NFL.com/fantasy.